So welcome to my new and somewhat improved workspace. Still a little bit leaky. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for joining me again today in the workshop. I'm Hunter Wilkins and this is Father and Forge. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a new setup going on. We gutted our old chicken coop area and I moved all my stuff in here, tarped the roofs. It was leaking pretty bad, so I had to run some tarps inside here as well at different angles and stuff to kind of gutter the water out. So hopefully that works a little bit better. We're not here to talk about that. So I've got a super secret project I'm working on. I'm actually putting on hold for just a little bit until I feel up to pursuing it again. It gave me some trouble in the beginning. I already started it, already have a little video going of that. That'll be coming up. What I'm doing today is I'm starting another knife. It's going to be a Sanmai construction, and I'm going to do it in a way that I've only really seen done a couple of times, but I like this method more than other methods that I've seen. So I saw, trying to watch the forge, make sure it doesn't burn up anything. That's the only downside of having it in this smaller enclosed area. But so I saw Ilya do it on That Works. I'll post a link to the video somewhere around here or maybe over there. I'm not sure where it's gonna appear. This likes to reverse me, so let's see. So I saw Ilya do it on That Works, and basically I'm squaring out a piece of round stock mild steel right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to square that out. I'm going to punch a slot in it. I'm going to insert some high carbon steel into that slot and get it to forge weld, and then we're going to make our draw our knife out of that. So that's the plan. So I'm going to turn my fan back on so I can get some of this heat blowing out of here. It works really well and everything just shoots through. But right now I've got the fan off and the forge is on, so all the heat's kind of sticking to me right now. So I'm going to turn that back on. I might not talk as much. I might do a narrative when I'm doing the editing. So that might be the plan for this one, but we'll see. So here we go. Sanmai knife. My first ever attempt at a Sanmai knife using the construction method demonstrated by Ilya. Now it's time to punch the slot for the 1095 steel I'm using for my hardenable edge for this knife. It took me a good bit of time to get the indentation punched, but I took my time, took it slow, and I was able to get it done. Now I have my small section of hardenable steel pushed into the indentation that I made with the punch. Now I'm just going to gently tap it in and forge weld it before we start drawing it out. I need to cut the tip off of this so that only hardenable steel is all along the entire edge. If I didn't cut the tip off, I would still have mild steel at the tip of the knife when I'm done. This must be cut off. Alright, so I've made a lot of progress, starting to get it into the shape that I want it. This is going to be a smaller knife. I actually thought I was going to be able to draw it out a lot more, but turns out not so much. I wanted to keep a good width on the blade, so that really didn't translate into length, but I'm still happy with how this is going. I really like this technique. It's really interesting. For the first time ever trying San Mai, I think it's going fairly well. I'll show you here in a second what I've got. I've still got to continue drawing out the blade shape. We're getting close though, and I got to get my tang nice and narrow, but it's getting there. Starting to get a little bit of a D-lam right there. That's not that big of a deal. I can grind that out. That's just where my pocket was a little bit too long when I set this up. So that's a lesson to be learned for next time. But moving forward, it's looking pretty good, getting nice and slender. It is a small knife, like I said. I'm trying to leave enough left over too to grind off some. So overall, I think it's going pretty well, and I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to start getting this tang cleaned up, and then we'll quench the, basically all I got to quench is the edge. So we'll quench that, and then I'll end this video, and we'll do another one shortly, and we'll grind it up and see what it looks like. Alright, so here's where we're at. Let me turn this fan on. Alright, so here's where we're at. I'm going to do some preliminary grinding before we heat treat. I'm going to let this cool off real quick, touch it up on my grinders, and then I I really want to treat the edge today, so let's see if we can do that. All right, so I got the preliminary grinding done, and this is what we got. So I'm still gonna touch this up a little bit later on, and we'll go up through higher grits, but that's gonna be, I'll finish this one in another video. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the heat treat his time though. I just wanna show you, so you can see the line where the hard steel starts. And that's what I was really wanting to see in this. So that turned out exactly how I had hoped. I was able to mostly clean up this area in here. You can still see it, but I don't really mind. I think I'm gonna keep this one for myself anyway. There's no danger of this popping out and delamming and everything. It's not gonna happen. This is welded in there, but you can definitely see the weld line. And you can grind that out too and then bring it back out during etch, but I wanted to leave mine a little bit more rough. I like a more rough looking blade. So I'm gonna leave some of that forge finish on there, leave that like that. I'm gonna leave that line pretty deep. So when I do, I've got some ferric chloride coming, so when I do etch this, when I'm done with it, it's gonna really pop and stand out and be really cool looking. So let's heat treat and then we'll sign off for now. All right, hardened steel is good. You can tell the difference. See the mild steel tang still bites in. Hard steel just skates right off. Perfect. Extremely happy with that. All right, so that is the end of part one of this, my first Sanmai build. I really like that technique. I think that technique worked out really well. I think it worked better than if I had tried like the taco or the sandwich method as well. And it was really surprisingly easy to do. It took me a while to get the little notch hammered in for the steel to go into. But once I got it established, it just took a few heats, and I just kept working it and kept making it a little bit bigger and a little bit deeper, and it just worked out, and the steel set right in. Everything welded up with not any issue at all. So I mean, that was good. I like that. It's nice to have something go right. Especially in the time of COVID-19 and losing hours at work and not knowing what you're gonna do day to day. So yeah, so I'm really happy that worked out. I needed something to work out, so that's fantastic. I'm happy about it. So all right, that being said, we'll do a part two. We'll finish it up, finish up all the grinding on it. We'll get a handle made, have my wife do some resin scales for it and get it all nice and set up and dressed. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it or I'm going to sell it. I think I might sell it now that I'm thinking about it. I really need to move product, so that'll be available when it's done. But we're neither there we're not there yet, so I won't get ahead of myself. But so that's that. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. That means so much to me when you guys do that. Check me out on Instagram. I'm constantly posting, like as I'm working and stuff, I'm taking pictures and I'm posting stuff on Instagram. So you can check out a lot of stuff. You'll see kind of some posts about the behind the scenes stuff going on there. I'm part of a blacksmithing community on there as well, Florida Knife Makers group. So, you know, we do a lot of cool stuff like that. I'm trying to get some collaboration video and stuff put together as well for that. That'll be fun. But that being said, again, you know, please like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. Like I said, I've always got stuff going on there. Check me out on Patreon. Check me out on Etsy if you'd like. I don't have much on Etsy yet. I'm not really liking Etsy so far, but you know, I'm trying anything at this point. So check me out there. That's it, guys. I really appreciate you watching. Really appreciate the likes and subscribes I get from you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy all this material that I'm doing. Got my new workshop set up, so I'm gonna keep cracking at it, keep putting out videos. I'm gonna try to get a little bit better as I go, video wise and bladesmithing and blacksmithing wise as well. So it's kind of developing two things at once. But that being said, really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.